Going live in Facebook now.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How's everything going this morning?
Dude, coming up aces. It's Friday.
It's Friday. It's all day Friday. It's a good day.
Yeah, man. Nothing to crush this day. It's just me. We're gonna enjoy it, man. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
The kids are home from school today.
Hmm.
Well, actually the baby's going back to daycare, for another week, but I don't have to take Julian to school at 6:30 in the morning this
Nice.
week. Yeah, so
Cool.
we're good, man.
That's cool.
We're getting ready to have summer celebration. Like I said, my mom's in town. My brother and her's birthday were yesterday, so we're ready for summer to officially kick off.
Awesome. Very nice. How's the heat out there?
It was 106 yesterday, bro. Hot as fuck.
Yeah,
But
that's pretty much the prescription for Arizona.
yeah, part of the reason why I was ready to get out of Dodge. The as as I get older, the heat messes with me a little more, and
Sure.
I've told you before. I used to be able to hang at like 110. You know, that's when I felt like, oh, my limit. Like, oh man, this is hot. Um, 112. Then it was 110. Then it was 108. Now it's like 106 is hot. 105 is hot. You know what I mean?
Oh
So,
yeah.
but just stay hydrated and get that work in. That's why we start early. Um, One of the reasons. Thanks for joining me early this morning too, Deeds. We were, had to reschedule some work earlier this week, so we rescheduled it for this morning at 6 o'clock, and it's on a gig that I haven't been able to go to for the last couple months because I take Julian to school. So yeah, we're gonna go out to the airport terminal today and get Deer Valley
Cool.
taken care of and get it looking sharp.
Ask them about the New Jersey air traffic controller problem. See if they've got an opinion.
Dude, so you want to hear a whole, I'm flying into Newark, right?
Yeah, that's why I laugh.
Yeah, so Saturday night, I'm not in the best state. Saturday Night Live is doing a skit on how effed up it is,
Oh really?
and don't fly into Newark and this and that. And like my wife and I are just sitting in bed. I'm like, "Hey, maybe I should change the channel so she doesn't get all
Hmm.
paranoid about me flying into this crazy airport." So yeah,
Speaking of flying into crazy airports, we just started a Osama bin Laden Netflix documentary all
yeah,
about how they found out and tracked him and are going to Afghanistan, hunt him down. It's a really cool documentary. Netflix, The Hunt. It's like number one in the U.S. You'll find it. It's a pretty cool read or watch. The officers and the people they're talking to are knowledgeable on the case. It's really cool. It shows you behind the scenes what they did to go after and get to Afghanistan. Just on a side note. But yeah, really cool deal.
yeah. I'll have to check that out. I haven't watched. I didn't watch YouTube for a while.
Hmm.
I mean, not YouTube, Netflix for a while, and then all of a sudden I just went on this kick the last couple of nights, and I just started watching all sorts of stuff. So I'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah, my absolute worst thing about Netflix, Amazon, Peacock, Paramount, HBO Max, all that crap, is that you get on there and you start scrolling and you're on fucking doom scrolling. You realize like it's been 22 minutes and your bowl of ice cream is melting or everything is just, you're still flipping through and you're like, what the fuck? Well, there's nothing to watch. It's a big pain. So if you're doing that tonight, stop doom scrolling, hit that The Hunt for Osama Netflix. Pretty good watch. I'm only on the second episode, but I think there's three. So
Right
really
on.
cool, real nice. Secondly, I started an Audible book. Audible, Jake Tapper, I think is the author, but basically discussing about the last administration, all about Biden and his health and the people surrounding him and Hunter Biden, all that cool stuff. So I'm deep diving this week on the jobs. Should finish it today. So Audible, listen to books while you're out there.
Yeah, I probably should do that, but I don't.
Well, it's hard. Sometimes books are boring, and you're like, "Fuck, I need some hard rock to get through this." You know.
I don't even. It's weird. I don't even half the time. I don't even pay attention. I just I'll either be listening to sports talk or I'm just focused on getting the gig done that I sometimes forget to do that. But
Sure.
and I think that my kid hijacked my my earbuds quite some time ago,
It
so
happens.
I always forget to bring them.
Yep.
So I'd like to
Mine's
give
always,
a
I always get kicked off of Amazon because my son turns his on while he's working, like school upstairs. So
yeah.
he's, another user is streaming. Fuck, do I pay the $20 and get 5 users or nah? It's not worth it. But go
So we're
ahead.
getting a recommendation from Craig Hensel. If you haven't seen Space 1999 yet, thank him later.
I'll check it out.
And we
So,
got
hey,
a shout out from Damien too. Good morning, happy
good
Friday
morning.
to
Happy
both you
Friday.
guys.
Thanks for watching.
Um, yeah, thanks for popping in. You guys make it better. Damien had a great post this morning. For a quote from Confucius. You know, basically about your past and whatnot. And I want to say thank you again to Damien for just keeping it real and for sending out reminders to guys like me or for guys like me or for just guys like everybody, you know.
Guys or
Sometimes it's
gals or
guys
schmals.
or gals for sure, right? Uh,
Yes. I've got a Confucius quote for you.
what's that?
Uh,
Go
a
lay down,
man
Fred.
with hole in pocket feel cocky all day. And that was on Fortune Cookie in a movie. Good stuff.
Nice.
Good Confucius. But hey,
Yep.
Zero
Yep.
and WCR is having a 15% off sale this weekend.
Hell yeah, they are.
Yeah, yeah, they are. So what do you need from WCR this week? Or what are you thinking of ordering? If there's one
Oh,
thing.
I just ordered. It's not a. I got something from WCR Print. I picked up some new hats.
Nice.
Um,
Very nice.
yeah, but I'm kicking myself in the ass because I really wanted the. There's a specific hat that I really wanted. It was the Yupong. It's the Yupong snapback, and
Cool.
it's the one I have already, and it's just a black. But I wanted it embroidered, and it takes a lot of time. And I really wanted to get a bunch of those, not a bunch, but get some and take them with me on my trip. Well, they
Mhm.
take too long to get done, and I waited. So now I'm getting some different Yupongs. They're going to be what's the word I'm looking for? It's a print. They're printing
Yupon.
it, but they're printing them, so I'm having them delivered to WCR, which is pretty fucking cool.
Neat.
And I'll pick them up there. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Very
man.
nice.
But I do need a couple of things, but I'm kind of holding off on all my ordering until I get back.
Good point.
Um,
You're not going to be using a lot of soap in the next 6 weeks.
nope. And I'll tell you what, our friends at Maker have become basically the official soap of the Goo Summer.
Awesome.
So I would like to thank
Makering it
Maker.
happen. Yeah.
Maker made it happen, dude.
Awesome.
They're gonna be the official soap of this trip. That's all I'm gonna rock. No
Nice.
Dawn, no nothing else.
No D
Uh,
unit.
I'm taking a straight. I'm not taking nothing but Maker. So if you haven't used any Maker product, and you really want to try it out, get a hold of me this summer. The first stop will be Monday morning in DC. I'm gonna have some Maker Crush to hand out. I'm gonna have some Maker tools to check out.
Cool.
Best believe I will have some swag as well. And yeah, man, dude, come check it
Cool.
out.
That's nice, man. Awesome.
As the date draws near for DC, I'll have a specific place in mind, and I'll have a specific venue as the date draws near. But keep paying attention to Goo and Deeds, and we are. Craig's absolutely right. Maker and IPC, a match made in heaven. And Damien, yeah, Orange Hearts, bro. I am super excited for them to be
Cool. That is
uh,
awesome.
the official soap of this summer, bro. It's gonna be fucking dope. I'm really, really grateful for them to be taking part in this as well. Um, Damien, uh, let's rewind it back to the IWCA. Yeah, big time, Damien. I want to thank you for an intro and for instead of saying "fuck that guy, Jason and Mark," you know, at saying, "Hey, come on out." We appreciate you, bro, because
Yeah, that
a lot of guys could have been like, "Yeah, you're, not invited." And I even tried to say, "Nah, that's your deal." And Damien, you are a true one. So I'm looking
thank you,
directly
buddy.
into the camera and saying thank you. That's from the heart, bro.
Keep
Um,
that keep it going. Keep up the good motivational stuff. Keep up the good content, Damien.
Yeah, but not only that, but just being a good dude. Like,
Yeah.
instead of like, he wasn't selfish.
Well,
He
there's a
was.
lot of guys who would be, or who can be, or could be. Uh, I don't know. It's a weird industry, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Well,
It's very nice.
when we share our knowledge, when we share what's been given. Okay, so Damien and I kind of come from the same background, right? When something is given to you so freely, it's kind of our job. It's kind of what we're
Give it
asked to
back.
do to give it right back, right? So for Damien to do that, it means the world to me. And I think in general, when guys like he and I, or when we pay it forward, or usually things come back to you in multiple fold. It may not be instantly, but it's that life. It's a long, life's long, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you don't collect the wins instantly sometimes,
Hmm.
but later on down the road, things aren't forgotten, and people see who you really are. And Damien's a real one. So
Yep.
shout out to D.
Shout out to Damien. Thanks, buddy. And thanks to everybody
Yeah.
else out there keeping it real and being awesome.
Yeah, man. What's on the agenda for you today? What do you got going on?
Today I've got windows and gutters. I was going to do them yesterday, but had more deliveries than we needed, or could have done, so it carried off. So I had to text her and say, hey, I can come out at 5 and try to do this, or I can come out tomorrow morning at 8 and knock it all out. So she texts back, 8's a little bit early. Can we do 9? Okay, sure. So I've got a little while. I'm just going to load up all the gear back into the truck. I was going to leave yesterday, so I have the Zero Pure, the ladders, everything in there except all the window gear. I got my brushes and all that shit in the garage and secure for the night. But uh, hitting that up today, and then probably gonna finish around noon. Coming back, it's my mom's last full day in town, so we're probably gonna hit up a park, do something cool, something fun, and just spend the day with her. So it's my first Friday off in a while, but it's not off because I'm still going to work. But yeah, it's fun. It's not bad. I got my new TV. This one here, this is the old guy. This is what, 70 inches? This is a pain in the ass trying to lift this bastard up, but not that bad. So, like the Zero Pure or any of the Zero products, they have a really good warranty. So if you've bought the Zero Pure from WCR Zero, you fucked it up, you broke it, something happened to it, you can call them and they'll take care of you most of the time. This TV was expensive in 2001, but I bought the Best Buy Geeks God crap. So when this took a crap, I gave them a call. They were able to take it and replace it and just give me credit for a new TV. So that's a good. That reminded me of WCR and their awesome worry-free guarantee. So I just want to throw that out there. If you're spending money this weekend, 50% off other stuff, and you don't have to pay the extra 100 and something bucks for warranty. It's included. So buy a Zero Pure, buy a screen cleaner. They got a really good warranty and they're 50% off. So that's my spiel for today.
Yeah, so all of those deals. Plus, I think Damien's doing WCR print. I'm not sure if it's still available, but if he's still watching, he's got a code for a print. It's Damien 10.
Cool.
Um, our boy Craig Hensel is linked up with
Yes.
the Huge.
The
Let's
huge,
get
yeah.
pretty.
Get tickets through Craig this year, you were saying.
Yeah, if you're buying tickets for the Huge, get them through Craig. Um,
Hmm.
he is the way to help people out. Um, Sean Zimmerman, he just popped in the house. My boy Jake Stone, pressure washer, bro. Good to see you. He
Jake
is, yeah, Jake is
Stones.
badass. I met Jake a
Cool.
couple years back at the first Huge that I was at, and he and I and another pressure washer, David Rivas, out of Louisiana. We catch each
Cool.
other outside in the smoking section. I don't know,
Yeah, every
a
time.
lot, a lot.
Yeah.
You've been with me, and you know how often I go outside.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah,
You're right there. There you are.
yeah. So the weird thing, I can say, I haven't had nicotine since the middle or end of January, but I'll still be
Awesome.
out at this. I'll still be out at the or out at the smoking section quite a bit, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Um,
Those Zims.
so yeah, it's a great place to hang out. Damien, enjoy the rest of your
Yeah,
day, brother. Uh,
yeah, thanks,
have a
Damien. Keeping it
have a
real.
great
Thanks for
one.
being awesome.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you. Um, there's something I was going to tell you. Now I just slipped my mind. Damn it.
Think about it.
Yeah,
It'll
well,
come to you.
think about it.
Think about
Yeah, I doubt it.
it.
I doubt it.
So, but yeah. So this weekend, any plans this weekend? Any major jobs coming up?
No, to be honest, we got Monday off. Tuesday there's something light, but I leave Tuesday night. So I'm kind of just I'm not in vacation mode because I have some loose ends I really want to tie up and get everything organized and make sure that everything's just right. I have a
Cool.
little bit of nerves heading into this. Um, you know, I'm gonna be completely transparent with you, Mark. And I barely call you Mark, so you know it's serious, right?
This is for reals.
Yeah. We've talked a little bit about Mental Health Awareness Month and a couple other things. This trip is a huge deal, but it's a huge deal on me mentally. I've been also like this sounds crazy. I'll be 47 this summer. I got one kid that is, learning to or about ready to learn how to get his driver's permit, and one kid that in 2 months 3 months I'll be walking to kindergarten.
Wow.
And then I have one kid who's engaged to get married. So, you know,
Yeah, you got a lot of check marks off that life list going on all at the same time, kind of wondering.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
And I drive Julian to school every day and early on in my sobriety. Oh, thanks for throwing that ticket link out there, Craig. Early on in my sobriety, one of the things that kept me going was knowing that I was taking my son to school every single morning and that it was
Yep.
my responsibility to pick him
Responsible.
up.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So that really helped me stay sober and to know not to pick up that drink. And
Sure.
there's something bigger than me. My kid needed me, and I had another child before, but he was already 18 at the time, and this and that. And so there's been a lot going on this month, and to be away from my family, it'll be the longest I've been away from my family for a very long time. And so I've been going through a little bit of emotional roller coaster, but it's a good emotional roller coaster. And if we don't access those feelings and know, if we don't find out that they're there, then you never know. But I'm glad that I have them.
Yeah.
I'm
See, all
glad
I
that
do
I
is
have them.
I just have those feelings and I push them into my throat and I swallow them and they go way, way down, down,
Way down. Yeah, well, sometimes as guys we do that for many many moons, right?
Sure.
And I found that when I do that, that sometimes it just doesn't end up well. Um,
Correct.
so one of the reasons, I wanted to get that out there so I know that, hey, look, I put it out into the universe and I said it out loud. So now it's out there. So,
But you're going to be fine
uh,
because you've
I
got your
know.
phone, you've got FaceTime, and you can
Yep.
coordinate and get all that done and stay
Yeah.
focused on family and get a predetermined time every day to meditate and reflect on the fam.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a great way to do it. Our new friend Chris Kotek, please tell me I got your name right. I'm not quite sure, but he's watching too. Thanks for popping on. Chris is out there putting out a lot of content, a lot of positivity, and in case you
Oh,
haven't
yeah, I'm
noticed,
liking it.
yeah, in case you haven't noticed, Mark and I are about the positivity, little goofiness. We love it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That positivity and fun and keeping it light is really the direction that we love to see. So thanks for putting out that content, Chris, and thanks for popping on.
Thank you
I
for watching.
really, I really do hope that we basically we take over the huge this year as window cleaners. In years past, it's been
Pressure washers,
pressure washer guys.
landscapers are showing up, guys. Landscapers,
It's
lawnmower
been
pushers.
it's been pressure washer guys and it's been Christmas light installers kind of.
Mhm.
I mean, it's easy to spot those dudes because everybody's got their
Oh yeah, sublimated
NASCAR
shirts.
outfits on.
Mhm.
Um but watching everybody roll through this summer and WCR and Zero Swag is going to be it's going to be tough.
Oh, a
Just
wave getting
yeah,
eight. It's gonna be a fucking wave of WCRs, and like all
and
the other
zero
vendors are gonna be
shit.
like, God damn it, yeah, and zero shit. They're gonna be like, God damn. It's like, hey, would you like a hat? No, never mind. He doesn't want a hat. He's got the zero gear on. He ain't gonna wear it. Fuck. But no, no, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
WCR gives back to their guys. They provide the best warranties, fastest shipping. You know, they're just fucking awesome, and they look out for us.
Yeah.
A roof guy fell off his roof 2 weeks ago. Last week, very critical condition, landed on his face, fractured everything. I think WCR and their window cleaner relief fund donated $10,000 to his GoFundMe. So I already told my wife. So if you're listening, guys, look at your wife and say, "Honey, I love you. If something happens to me, window cleaner relief fund. Make sure fucking contact Chris and them, and they'll take care." And that's, you know, honest. These guys are really awesome. You know, if you don't have health insurance or life insurance, purchase that. But if something gets fucked up, they will help you out. You know, because they care about the community, and it's not. It's they're not selfish. You know, they give back. They're Chris and Alex are guys like us who just had a dream and an idea and went for it, and now they're woo doing awesome, and they're helping the window cleaners, you know, grow. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, and in so many different ways and directions. I mean, you know, I when I first came into the rooms of these crazy forums of pro window cleaning, I was like, what in the fuck is going on here? Is this real? And you know, the more and more I hang out and the more I watch, listen, and learn, I realize it is a good spot, and they're good dudes, and they created and foster an environment for us to grow in different ways. You know, we can grow as window cleaners. That's obviously kind of that's what they do. They want us to become better window cleaners, be equipped with the best gear and whatnot. But in all honesty,
Efficiency.
yeah, and be efficient and be good at what we do, and you know, provide the best warranties and all this
And use
shit.
the best, yeah, best shit they got. Yeah, yeah.
But in all reality, I think they're also promoting a good environment for us to grow as people, um and I think that's just as important. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's
Well,
super important.
I mean, the forum alone, just, you know, the Facebook forum, everybody shares photos of the job. People ask questions. How much should I charge? Is it $7 a pane? Where are you at? Where's your pricing? We've got the funny videos. We've got the parodies. We've got the serious talkers like us. It's just
Uh,
window cleaners in general. You know, one of the things, you know, if you're starting getting into window cleaning, you've got to learn to talk to people. So having a intellectual conversation with somebody is very important, to express yourself, express your job, and sell the job too. I had a customer, I was watching on one of the pages last week, and I was kind of fucking with trolling the moderator. She was saying, okay, guys, in order to help you not confuse or scare your customers, just tell them that you're using detergents instead of chemicals because we don't use chemicals on the house. So I'm like, "Err." So I looked, you know, I'm like, wait a minute, a chemical, water is a chemical. You know, H2O is a chemical compound. So I basically responded to her and pissed her off and just said, listen, what if you run into a goddamn customer who is a chemist and you say, I won't be using chemicals to clean your house, just detergents, when a detergent is something that just doesn't make soap or foam. But we are, long story short, is I basically turned it on its head and told her what's up. I felt like an asshole afterwards, but you can't let people, like, I don't tell anybody I'm the best window cleaner. This is the way to clean the window. This is how you have to do it. I provide information, ideas, and stuff. And she was telling it as a fact, so I kind of like cut the legs out.
yeah,
Felt bad, but you know, in the forums, it like pro. We got a lot of guys who will chomp and like knee jerk, screw everybody over. Not screw everybody over, but like make fun of them, pick on them, troll them,
yeah.
because you know we're all here trying to entertain each other, trying to spread information or awareness or just be nice and just camaraderie, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's really nice for the most part. Guys in this page are really cool. You know, we have your typical guys that are severe trolls who are out there just for the clickbait and just to get people riled up, and that's awesome too because it's entertaining.
It's part of
Um,
the industry and part of
it's
what
part
it's
of the, yeah.
become.
And so, you know, a lot of guys will rag on each other, so to speak, because it's like a brotherhood, if you will, you know.
Yeah.
It might be some insecurities in some of those guys' comments of, you know, "Oh, that sucks. That's not how you do it." Okay, buddy. But in all, the pro window cleaning group and everybody here is pretty cool. So it's nice to be here.
Hell to the yeah. I have to agree with you 100%. Um, I can't believe the growth that it's come. I think I've only been around for 3 or 4 years, and I think it's gone from like 20,000 to 36,000 or something in
Hmm.
that short period of time.
Yeah.
So
Worldwide too, you know.
yeah, that's pretty cool. And I shared with you personally too when I start like another window cleaner is like somebody who helped kind of like not validate me, but made me feel like I was accepted and part of it. Like, hey, like just keep being you and keep doing you. You're special too. So I hope some other window cleaner, if you haven't heard that yet, tells you that and keeps you going because um that's really what it's all about.
Hmm?
So
Yeah, this industry, it just wants a clean window. You don't have to do it fast. If your customer sees you spend 3 minutes on a window instead of 14 seconds, they're going to appreciate it because they think that that 3 minutes you spent detailing and making that window perfect was for them. It's not your window, it's the customer's window.
yeah.
So if you can clean it in 14 seconds and dull it up, that's awesome. They're buying you for your speed and your accuracy. But if you're new or if you're slow or if you're taking your time, a 3-minute window is fine because it might take you 3 times as long, whatever, but you're still doing a good job. So practice.
Yeah. And you know, watching other people wash windows, not only online,
Mhm,
but going out and watching other cleaners clean, you
mhm.
definitely see differences in how people get things done.
Sure.
Um, and I went up to Payson last week. Bob and Mike do things completely different than me, but the window still gets clean, baby. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like
That's it.
I'm not here to tell him he's doing it wrong, and he's not. Well, hopefully, he's not here to tell me I'm doing it wrong. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
shit gets done. That's what matters. So,
Hmm. And speaking of getting shit done, what I'm thinking of this summer
yeah.
is fucking raising my prices big time on traditional window cleaning, anything exterior wise, and
Mm-hmm.
really tweaking the water fed pull uh, window cleaning action. I'm going to completely rewrite my basic window cleaning water fed pull action description and get a good price dialed in because I would so much rather just be water fed pulling every gosh darn window this summer than climbing up and doing nose to glass type style. So I'm gonna I'm going to be submitting every single window cleaning I do this year. Starting now, I'm going to be bidding inside and out, deluxe outside, and then deluxe or basic outside. So waterfed pole, super uh, exterior, which is waterfed pole and traditional, and then inside and out. I'm going to raise the outside traditional price so much that people kind of don't want it or see a value more in going cheaper for waterfed pole, only because I want to use less energy this summer and less sweat less. So I
Yeah,
think
I'm
between
I'm I'm
June and
with you,
July.
buddy.
Yeah, that's going to be my policy. Is I'm going to tell people, hey, it's only 98 degrees heat index in the mornings. We just want to let you know that we're going to be using our water fed pull system, which is 100% great for your windows because blah blah blah. And I'm going to try and sell that this year so I can stay on the ground more and just climb up and take the screens off. So it's going to be a lazy summer, but I'm going to see what I can do with that. But I'm going to make a lot of Facebook videos. So I'm going to really brand myself and put it out there. Mark does windows. Mark does waterfed pole. He cleans them. The deeds does that. But don't call me for your trad windows because you don't want to pay for it because it's going to be like fucking. I'm serious. I'm going to put it at 450 minimum. Like I'll come and do it. If you have to clean your house, your realtor says by Monday they got to be clean traditional, whatever, or you don't want to pay for just waterfed pole, I'm jacking up that just to make sure that I can take care of myself this summer. And that's it. And the other thing too is I think I'm gonna get rid of my facial hair here soon because
There you go.
it's getting
Trim and
warm.
lean.
Trim and lean. Well, I'm bulking up. Look at me. But yeah, so I'm eating a lot more. But I'm gonna shave this because it's getting so hot outside.
There you
It's like
go.
a got to get rid of this guy.
Clean it up, Deeds. Clean it up.
Yes, looking pretty haggard.
There you go. Well,
But
dude, what time you got?
we've got it's 7:35, and you've got to
All
run
right,
soon.
I do have to run. We're getting ready to go do the towers. I want to say again real quick. I appreciate you, bro. It
I
means a lot that
appreciate you as well.
you get up early, extra early. I let you know yesterday. Hey, I got to run early. Can we record a little earlier? So I appreciate you getting up and getting started. I hope you have a great Friday off with the fam and get to spend some time with your mom. Yo, my mom's literally like 60, not even 60 feet. She's just in the other room.
Cool.
Her and my wife were joking, saying, "Oh, we can get up and watch you do a show live, like it's recorded in front of a live studio audience." And I was like, I told my wife, I was like, "Babe, quit fucking with me,
Yeah, that's
quit
funny
fucking with
shit.
me."
It's bad
She's
enough
like,
you
"What?
got
I
Floyd
could
staring
even
at you.
I could even put on a WCR shirt and you could pan over and see me in a WCR." I said, "All right, babe, I get it. You're funny,
Should just walk in the
hilarious,
background. You know, product
right?"
placement, like you put a sticker on a TV or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
subliminal. But anyway, yeah,
anybody you want to give
yeah.
a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to the Geek Squad. Geek Squad, thanks for hooking it up for just doing a phone call. If you buy TV from Best Buy and it's over 70 inches and you buy the Geek Squad, they will say they're going to send somebody out to look at it in the call, but they're not. Over 70 inches costs too much money for them to do, so they're just going to give you the price that you paid for the computer or the TV monitor. So Best Buy it up. Thanks, Best Buy. Thank you, WCR and Zero, for keeping it real. 15% off this weekend. Damien's got a print code. Craig's got the link to the huge convention tickets. Get those while they're still hot. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And
Bro,
change your rubbers. What do you
are
got?
we like the straight plug or what?
Straight it up.
We got Damien with his print plug in. We got Craig with his huge convention plug in. Who else we
WCR
missing?
Zero, 15% Memorial Day.
15% off. And if you need any help on any of that stuff and you guys don't have a rep yet, you can give me a call. I'll help you out.
Go with Jason.
I am a WCR affiliate. I can help you out on questions with Zero as well. So don't be afraid. Give me a call, 602-554-2804. As Deed said, change your rubbers. I hope your passion buckets are full. Let's have a kick-ass weekend. Happy Friday, everybody.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Fuck yeah.
We're cutting out of the Facebook, ending now.
Thanks to Damien and Sean.
Thank you,
And
guys.
Craig and everybody else and Jake Stone.
Everybody
Chris
else.
who hopped on.
Keeping it real up in here. Stopping recording.